Hey, what is up guys? Guitar here, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. Alright, today's video we're going to talk about Shiro Kuro. Shiro and Kuro Insane. I'm going to show you guys the Insane, hopefully show you guys how to do this first, and then we'll focus on Torment afterwards. So let's talk about right now, there are going to be multiple strategies. If you guys are not aware, Shiro Kuro is going to be a two-faced boss, and you are going to require preferably a character that can move around so that you can avoid the balls coming towards you, and then in phase 2, there's also those things that move around, right? Tracksuit Yuka, best girl. Alright, best girl to do this. Now, there is going to be a speed run strat right here. I'll see if I can show it to you guys. So speed run strat, basically these features using no tracksuit Yuka, no students that move your characters around. Now this is going to be for the end game players. Alright, if you are at end game, you can try doing this. I'm going to try to borrow someone's Shiroko Terror right here, as you can see. So we're going to have WAKAMO, Camping Hair, Shiroko Terror, New Year Kayoko, and then we got Swimsuit Shiroko and New Year Fuuka. Now the speedrun strat is gonna need all of these combinations combined. With Swimsuit Shiroko, you need the cost reduction early on. So we're trying to basically the entire strat is trying to defeat the boss one so that the ball and we're trying to avoid as little explosion as possible. Hopefully, if there's too much explosion or bombs appearing near us, we'll have to respawn constantly, right? So this is going to be the starting skill. I'm going to show you guys how you want to do this. So hopefully if it works, cool. If it doesn't, I'll restart until it works, right? Because a little bit of RNG is required for this particular strat. Okay, so you can see, first things first, we're going to activate Shiroko Terror skill, and then we're going to buff her. Alright, so doesn't matter, Camping Hair or New Year Kayoko, just buff her for now. Wait for about 6 costs or so, right? So now we're going to try to wait a little bit, and then we're going to go with WAKAMO, New Year Fuuka, Camping, and then, oof, we got hit a little bit too much right there. I think it's a little bit scary, right? We got hit a little bit too much. So I'm going to try to activate Shiroko Terror again, and then New Year Fuuka on her. So this is pretty much this strat, and then buff, back to buffing. I think this one is not good because we're walking into the bombs. Yeah, so this one requires a restart, but we almost right there. So rinse and repeat, right? Okay, so this one I managed to record one. This is going to be a better run. So look at this. So we got again, as per usual, Shiroko Terror, then you buff her, alright, very straightforward. And then of course, after you buff Shiroko Terror, wait for about, I would say, 6 costs, and then you can slow down the speed, and WAKAMO, New Year Fuuka, and then buff New Year Fuuka with both Camping and of course New Year Kayoko right there. So hopefully the bombs don't hit you twice, especially your Shiroko Terror. If the bombs don't hit your Shiroko Terror, you're pretty much safe. Activate her skill again. And then try to use all the buffs on her, including New Year Fuuka, including Camping, and of course, what's the name? New Year Kayoko. As you can see, I don't think she's getting hit right there. Yep. So we're pretty much safe and secured for phase 2. Now this requires me to restart about 5 to 6 times, right? You might have to restart more depending. So now for the phase 2, so some characters get slowed down, no worry. We go in first. We're gonna now buff our... we're going to try to combine the same strategy pretty much. Apply the buff on her first, and then shift the buff to WAKAMO. Alright, so WAKAMO has 2 costs there, so I'm just going to take advantage of that. Okay, so apply the buff on WAKAMO, and then alternately, I think this one doesn't matter as much. We can shift between both of them. I can see that she's trying to move away from that thing. So you got... right here in the second phase, 1 or 2 characters might die, right? It doesn't matter. Again, with Shiroko Terror, she has a very cool skill that prevents her from dying immediately. Very, very cool passive. But that's pretty much it. Now, as you can see, this strat is going to give you a little bit of a better score, but you might have to restart several times depending on how strong your Shiroko Terror is. I was trying to apply this strat using my own Shiroko Terror. Mine was a 5-star UE30 and I couldn't do it, right? This one is going to be a UE50 that I borrowed from my assistant, so that's going to be something to consider, right? So this is going to be the speedrun strat. If you're looking for rankings in the Insane strat, this is going to be the route that you want to go for. Alright, so let's show you guys a much more comfortable strat, a much more comfy strat the usual strat, I feel like this is going to be something that is much more accessible to most players. you got Ako Himari on the special slot. You got Ui, Tracksuit Yuka, and then for DPS, you can go with Wakamo, alright? If you don't have Wakamo, again, a lot of single target Mystic Blue is gonna... Single target Mystic is gonna work, right? Shiroko Terror, she may or may not work depending, right? If you have UE50, maybe it can work. But I think Wakamo is gonna be a very good one. Swimsuit Azusa as well. Tracksuit Hasumi, not going to be that bad as well. Those are going to be the options, right? If you have her build, right, she's gonna be pretty good. But Wakamo is gonna have the advantage. Look at this, right? We got the terrain advantage. So why we should not use that? If having difficulty, just find somebody's Wakamo. I'm sure there's somebody that's willing to lend you theirs. Since I've already put mine, yeah, you can see there's already a lot of Wakamo right there. So you got Tracksuit Yuka to move your students around. You got Ui, and last but not least, New Year Kayoko is going to be the one to buff you. Alright, this is going to be very comfortable strat. I don't see why this is not going to be able to, you know, carry you. This is, most of the time, this should be enough, alright? You're gonna go with something like this, right? We're gonna go with something like this. This is going to make the most sense. So previously, in one of my previous video, I believe in the Gauss one, a lot of people were asking, how come you try to attack first and then apply the buffs later, right? Hopefully in this video, right now I can try to explain a little bit. So you see right here, I got Ui, right? We're gonna apply the cost reduction, reduce it by half, and then we go with New Year Kayoko. And then I'm gonna try to jump to the right side of the map, right? We're gonna use Tracksuit Yuka to jump right there. So hopefully everybody gets the buff. Okay, now this is the interesting thing, right? We wait until about 10 costs or so. Go with Wakamo first, then Ako, then Himari. Now what this will do, this is gonna make sure that now we can cycle Wakamo again, right? So I'm gonna apply New Year Kayoko buff for Wakamo again. And then you can see now I have Wakamo again. While the Ako and Himari's buff are still going on, I'm able to fire 2 Wakamo shots, right? Making use of the Ui's buff that I have. Okay, so now I'm gonna go with this. So hopefully you guys understand why sometimes you want to do that. Okay, so we're gonna go again. But in some situation like right now, you can't do anything about it. That's fine. Ako, Himari, Wakamo. And then New Year Kayoko. Let's see if we can do one more. Ako. Ooh, this one is a bit dangerous. Okay, we did it. So now second phase. So no bombs explode. So I did apply Ako there. So that means I want to apply Himari right here. And then apply Wakamo right here. And then try to jump a little bit here to avoid everything else. Okay, I have no idea what... I can't remember if... Okay, so again... Do I still have... I think I already finished my Ui, yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna do this. Wakamo, Ako, Himari, and then go New Year Kayoko, and then go Wakamo again, right? So we get 2 shots again. Okay. So I think this place is a little bit unsafe. I'm gonna jump a little bit to the right side. So where's Wakamo? Right here. So again, we're gonna go Ako, Himari, and then this time go Wakamo. Okay, GG. So this strat is way more comfortable. Now if you can't apply the other strat, the speedrun strat, this is going to be a better strategy for I think most players. Now speedrunning is ideally going to place you higher in the ranks, so you don't have to do torment raids, hopefully, but this is going to be the much more comfortable strat, right? If you cannot do the other strat, this one should be I think way more usable for a lot of other players, right? Hopefully, I did make a video earlier today. If you guys haven't checked that out, please watch that video, basically explaining the roadmap up until the fast banner. There's a reason why Tracksuit Yuka, New Year Kayoko, and a lot of these students are very, very important. Of course, Ako and Himari, eventually, they're going to slowly get phased out by Kisaki and Ryo, right? So that's going to be, I think, the future meta moving forward for Blue Archive, something that a lot of players have to pay attention to. Alright, so I guess that's pretty much it for this particular video. I hope you guys are able to tackle your insane Shiro Kuro raids. I might consider doing Torment for later on. I have no idea, haven't tried it yet. That one is going to require a little bit of extra time. Today I'm a little bit occupied as well, so probably I'll do that tomorrow. So as per usual, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe, give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it. And again, check out my previous video on the, ultimate guide to roadmap. So that's going to give you a better idea on what students to save for. Have a nice day. Goodbye.